Alright, I've got a lot to talk about and not much time to do it, so let's get to busy. First of all, has it been 2 weeks? It has been 2 weeks. I am very sorry. You see, I'm moving. I'm moving to Austin in about a week from now. I got a job up there. It's all real fun and games and awesomeness, but essentially, I'm taking my life, picking it up, and putting it down somewhere else. That's a lot of stuff to think about, and I just haven't had enough brain left at the end of the day to do these videos. I'm terribly sorry. I'll try and do better once I'm settled in Austin. Second of all, I'm sure by now you've seen the 1.8, not 1.8, 0.18 pre-release videos put out by Scott Manley and a few other people. Well, I saw those too. I saw them on the front page of my YouTube, and I decided that before I did any video watching of them, I'd do some video making on my own, so my experience wouldn't be tinted by their experience. You see, I'd have a fresh outlook on it. So, I deleted all my stuff out of the KSP directory and began to download the new patch, and it happily downloaded 0.17.1 for me. It hadn't been out yet. I didn't know it was a pre-release when I deleted everything, so my Kerbal Career is gone, completely gone now, which really sucks, but it would have had to happen anyways because 0.18 is going to have all sorts of cool new things, at least just the power. That would be a whole thing that I can't bring into my world halfway through. It would be weird. But anyways, what was I going to say next? I was going to say that I do have some pretty cool plans for 0.18. It won't be career mode, but it will be something kind of similar. It'll be the same sort of serial thing, every episode leading into the next and that sort of thing. So keep in touch for that. So in the meantime, I have a blank install of KSP, and best guesstimate is about a week, because they have that Kerbal Con thing at the end of this week, and that's probably going to be when they release 0.18. Maybe. But so that gives me a week to kill, not much reason to get another Kerbal Career started just to end it that soon. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to land on all the things. That's right, I'm going to try and land on every round thing in the Kerbal system. We're starting small with the moon here. This is a fairly basic lander, same sort of thing. You just throw together in 5 minutes and hope it works. It was a bit overpowered, so I still have my my launch stage dragged along with me. So let's detach that. I said let's detach that. I'm so glad 0.18 has better staging. And why are we flipping around? Is SAS trying to kill us again? No, don't do that, SAS. It's very, very rude. Okay, we're coming right. Okay, I'm just going to turn SAS off now. Let's bring it in a little closer. A lot closer. Okay, here comes a planet. Okay, I may have overdone that time warp a bit, like I always do. Lock that in. This is my braking stage. It's just to kill almost all my orbital velocity so I can land with these 4 little tiny little engines. Oh, and there goes my booster stage. You know, the later Apollo missions did something very similar. They would send their I think the second stage of the Saturn V rocket on a collision course with the moon. That way they could generate artificial moonquakes that their seismometers they left on previous missions could pick up. And I don't know if we're going to have enough guts to pull this off. This is bad. Come on, you thing. I know you got it in you. Yeah, okay, that's good, that's good. We have a lot of horizontal that I don't like, but as soon as I can figure out which way to go, I think I should go this way with the burn. Yeah, that's right. There, I'll hold that. and begin to bleed off that. I'm having a bit of trouble transposing the vectors in my head, because normally when I'm correcting for horizontal velocity, I'm going down, but right now the retrograde marker is on the bad side of the hemisphere, the side that points my engines towards the sky and me towards the ground and make explosions. So I can't really aim for that. I have to look at the prograde vector, and guessing off of that, making guesses of where the retrograde vector would be. Let's fast forward until going down, like that. Now I can do it the good way. I can lock onto that, burn, and cut, press the wrong button and end up inside the cockpit, come out of the cockpit, turn off SAS, lock onto the vertical, and this is pretty good. This is a good place to be in. A bit of an eventful trip, but pretty cool. It's working, I think. This is the part where I say non-consequential things to fill the dead air. Like coat hangers. I just looked at my closet and saw some coat hangers. I might need new coat hangers when I move. I need to get better at the banter, I know. Sorry for boring you about my closet. 20. Okay, slow down again, I think. Yeah. Let's put the gear down now. And I think I'm a bit too cautious about landings, just in general. It's a personal failing, I know. Oh, bother. I should have put RCS in this thing. I always forget the RCS. And we are landed. There was no real plan to get back, so this is going to be called a landing. Next up, Minmus. And we are now at Minmus. I brought you in fairly late on this one because there's not really, to me, much difference between landing on Minmus and on the moon. It's all pretty much the same problem. And there goes our orbital maneuver stage. So let's jettison that and switch over to our landing stage. Yeah, it really is just a lower gravity moon. The terrain's kind of fun at times, but as long as you're paying attention, it doesn't really cause too much problems. I did make some modifications to the lander for this one. After what I learned on the moon, I've put an RCS block in on it and switched out the spindly legs for these more stout legs. I don't know if the larger, fatter legs have more resilience to them or not, but I do know that back in, I think, 0.15 or something, the spindly legs were like really jerky. They would, if you didn't land just so, they'd go slightly through the ground and glitch all out of the place, and it was a thing. Yeah, back then most people would just use landing fins instead of the legs because the legs were just so unpredictable. They were so hinky. And why are we going up now? Did I do it again? I did it again. I am terrible at this game. So let's set onto the retrograde. And we have enough we have enough acceleration in this that we can get fairly close to the ground, and since it's min-max, we won't be running too quickly. We can just suicide burn our way out of pretty much anything, I think. Hope. Pray. I'm probably wrong. Okay, getting close now. Getting pretty close now. Getting a bit too close now. Slowing down now. Let's cut that out. Let's switch over to RCS mode. And how are we going to do this? If we do that, no. One thing I'm not too sure which direction the problem's in. So I think if I burn if I do the RCS like this, it'll help correct. I might be completely wrong though. No, it does seem to be helping. Doing all sorts of weird burns to get that centered out. And yeah, there we are. Burn with the main engines again to kill off the vertical speed we have accumulated while doing that maneuver. And do a bit more corrections. Because we can. Because this time I remembered the RCS. I am kind of pleased with myself for remembering the RCS this time. Oh! Killed off all my vertical and then some. I just had a funny thought. If I'm killing off my downward vertical speed, does that mean that in the context of landing, when you're going up, that's undead speed because you killed off all the speed and then kept killing it? So I guess that's deader than dead, which I guess is zombie. Well, no, zombie is more alive than dead, but not. What am I even talking about? I should be landing this poor thing. This poor neglected spacecraft while its so-called pilot is off rambling about zombies. It can understand. Zombies are quite appealing to the kind of person that plays this game, I think. Let's recenter. Yeah, like so. And we're coming up pretty soon now. I went up again. 4 engines I think is too many. With this many engines going down, I have enough. I can accelerate fast enough that I can't even quite catch it. Let's see. No, I don't have enough guts in the RCS to decelerate. But let's see. Let's burn there. Oh, no. Going. Dang it. I am so sorry. Okay, I think I'm gonna get it this time. We're almost there. Come on, land that thing. And gently landed. Perfect. Okay, next we'll do Eve, I think. Let's go to Eve. Yeah, when I said we were going to Eve next, I was lying. We're going to Gilly next instead. It was in the neighborhood. I decided to just do a little touch and go on Gilly and then go to Eve. This is an Eve-designed lander, but anything that can land on Eve at all can land on Gilly easily, so I'm just going to go with it. I made a few changes to the design. Since this is an interplanetary flight, I swapped out the rocket engine for a nuclear engine on the transfer stage for this one. Seems to be behaving itself nicely. I'm going to now burn off the last of my fuel in that stage to begin my descent to Eve. Am I doing it right? Yes, I am. I've never been to Eve. Did I say Eve a moment ago? I meant Gilly. I've never been to Gilly before. For the first while in 0.17 it was broken, so you couldn't land there at all. And then the update came out, but I was all doing that other stuff around Kerbin with the Munshot and all that, so I never really got around to going to Gilly. So this is a learning experience for me. This is the first time I've ever been within the Gilly sphere of influence. So I'm going to bet this is going to be a very slow descent. I'll get back to you when things start happening, because, yeah, it's going to take a while. See you then. And we're back. I reckon we're pretty close. I'm going to detach the transfer stage, activate the landing stage, and bring us in on RCS. I think. Will this work? Do I have enough guts to slow us down enough using only RCS? I don't think so. I'll give it a bit of kick with the engines. Yeah, now we should be going slow enough. Oh, and there goes that. I just dropped a bunch of nuclear material, radioactive stuff, on the surface of an untouched, pristine world. Good for me. Okay, what are we doing now? Are we going up or down? Can't tell. But let's get pointy upwards. And lock that. Okay, this is enlightening. Now I can see what we're doing. We need to not go this way. We need to slow down the horizontal going this a ways, I think. Yeah, and which, okay, yeah, that way too. And I think that should do that. Let's lower the gear. And just to be very silly, let's burn down, because I'm very impatient. I'm a very busy guy. I need to get a lot of stuff done. Places to go, things to land on. Almost got it. Yep. Derp-a-doo, and there we are. That's... Nope. Get down. I'm having to use the RCS to force myself down. No, even when it's off, I just drift away. There. Okay, that's landed. Now to Eve. Let's engage the engines, raise the legs, and I'll see you right next door at Eve. Okay, we are in the atmosphere of Eve and falling fast. My biggest problem I foresee in this is keeping my attitude straight. If I can do that, I've pretty much got it. You'll note that I have these little winglets on the side. I hope they'll help with that. I do have a backup parachute in case things go horribly, horribly wrong, but I'd rather not use it. I'd rather do this as a powered landing. So for now, we'll see how far we can get on just aero braking, see how much velocity that'll kill off. And I am terribly sorry about the night landing. It just happens all the time to me. Every time I do anything, I accidentally do it on the night side of whatever I'm trying to do things with. It's a curse. Okay, let's turn on RCS because I think this is about to get kind of bumpy. Okay, no, we're stabilizing surprisingly well, actually. RCS is now engaged. It's fighting to keep us oriented correctly. I just noticed the engine pods on the sides. They were swaying. That could be a bad thing. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. If the advanced SAS tries to just oscillate me apart, that might be a concern. I'll have to just keep that in mind, keep an eye on that, see if that causes any problems. Okay, coming in pretty good now. I might not have to engage either parachutes or engines here. This is a really slow descent. I'm sorry, this must be incredibly boring because nothing is really happening here. I'm just slowing down quite nicely. I've heard that they're making some modifications to Eve in the 1.8. I'm not sure what those will be, but I look forward to seeing that. Eve right now, it's kind of tiley. I just noticed it's. If you look closely, the sand dunes are really repeating, sort of. Very regular winds here on Eve, I guess. Let's do a bit of time acceleration. Just a bit. I remember what happened last time. I did that with the sample return mission from Minmus. Did too much fast forwarding in atmosphere, and my parachute just yanked itself apart. That wasn't fun. Okay, we're under 3 kilometers now, and falling pretty steadily. What to do? Oh, we're about to run out of RCS fuel. Should we get... okay, we didn't even... Apparently the RCS fuel wasn't really that important. The RCS wasn't doing much work because RCS is now empty, and nothing bad seems to be happening because of it. I'm starting to get nervous. Let's engage engines. Okay, that killed off a lot of that. Coming in. We're accelerating. Okay, what just happened? Oh shit. What's going on? What happened? I'm going to call that a win. We landed on Eve very briefly, and then our spacecraft exploded for completely unrelated reasons. Next stop, Duna. And I lied again. I just looked at how much footage I've got, and I think I've got enough to put up. I think I might have too much to put up. So let's make this a two-parter. I'll see you next time when I land on a bunch of other things, and probably explode on them too, for completely unrelated reasons. See you then!